It's the Star Citizen September update, and we're looking at what there is to look forward to this month for Star Citizen. What can we expect? We also have loads of news for you with the new 3.17.2 live patch that's just been dropped. The ship Showdown is heating up. We have a FreeFly event incoming later this month. CitizenCon is real soon. We're starting to get information on that. And Alpha 3.18, where are you? And also, what other features and things are going on with it? Firstly, as is tradition, the giveaway winner for August for our RSI Scorpius Heavy Fighter with Star Citizen game package was Mr. Oddball. Congratulations. For September, we have a new giveaway, and it's for a trio of Origin ships with Star Citizen game packages, the Origin 100i, 125A, and 135C, each going to a different one of 3 winners. Just comment on any of my videos to be in for a chance of winning one of those. CitizenCon 2022 is rapidly approaching, and Cloud Imperium have said that we will have more information to share on this front next week. Typically, CitizenCon is around the 10th of October each year, but most likely that date this year is going to be Saturday the 8th of October, because they like to run it on a Saturday. It's the closest date to that. Makes sense, right? That's just sort of my expectation there. This year's event is online only, though there might be some bar citizens run at the same time, and it doesn't have a major gameplay demo presentation like the previous years. But we will have lots of other presentations and updates going over lots and lots of different features and important work in ships and sort of new tech and all that sort of stuff. We will be covering any news we get on that and making a what we can expect video for CitizenCon later this month. What's happening with Alpha 3.18? Well, Cloud Imperium are having various meetings about the 3.18 timeline and patch at the moment. We know that they have a rough plan, at least when they last said, of getting it into the Evocati tests by the end of the month, but this could change. We're going to be getting a huge amount of development info on the patch throughout this month, though, with persistent entity streaming being a major focus for this week, but then Cloud Imperium are going to start detailing other features as well. There was a little roadmap update this week too, that just basically said Alpha 3.18 has the racetrack for buggies. And so the Orison Vision Center on Crusader, where they had the most recent Fleet Week, that center there is getting a little Grey Cat PTV race course that we've seen on sort of Inside Star Citizen previously. I'm really looking forward to bug racing that Cloud Imperium have been touting. Should be a silly and good laugh. We are still expecting to see a load of other features. So we've got salvage for the Vulture and Reclaimer, but also using the hand tool, which will also be able to repair using the same material that strips. So we've also got the cargo refactor, for which the full extent is yet to be defined. We've got new derelicts with the 600i and Mercury Star Runner, new gameplay at the prison and security post Correa, as well as sort of interdiction and environmental space mission updates. There are new rivers and sand caves, and we've got a load of new missions at Orison and newly accessible platforms there. But expect a load of content to drop with 3.18 beyond that. I'm really looking forward to it. It is looking more and more likely, though, that a live release of that patch is most likely to be towards the end of this year, delaying 3.19 and potentially 4.0 as well. But only time will tell. If testing for the patch went poorly, I would expect an open PTU for the end of the year rather than a live build. But any new 3.18 information that we get, we will be covering this month, obviously. And for 3.17.2a, a new update has been released to the live branch as well. This patch has a character reset, which doesn't affect your Alpha UEC or ships, but does reset your home location, character customization, and clears out some consumables and ephemeral items. It also fixes a whole host of elevator issues that were rampant throughout the game, which is the most important fix here by far. They no longer arrest you, and they don't seem to sort of get stuck, at least as often. I have not seen them get stuck yet. Fingers crossed. Combat beacon missions should now see less low threat ones spawn and more of the high difficulty spawn. I think that it looks like more combat beacon missions in general spawn. They've also updated the payouts. There were some shopping fixes and quality of life improvements, including wallet fixes that should mean no one has the 0 Alpha UEC bug anymore, and you can reliably send Alpha UEC to other players again. The Super P-Cache has been made more robust. Renting ships works again. They've reduced the HP of multiple parts of the Aspera Blade, so it should no longer be super mega overpowered. Party launching should now work. Missions and beacon payouts should be more appropriate and working properly now. AI and bunker missions should also be working For the most part, there are apparently still some problems with AI spawning occasionally, but that does seem to be largely fixed, at least in the playthroughs I've done. In fact, many missions should be working properly and consistently again. NPCs and dropships should no longer be unresponsive for long periods. Beyond that, there are a load of server and client crashes and a load of improvements and fixes for the Siege of Orison, which just aren't listed in the patch here. But the Siege is going to be running again at some point, with Cloud Imperium saying roughly that's going to be middle of September. We'll be covering the Siege of Orison with all its updates and bug fixes. Me and Sim want to do a nice clean playthrough of that and show you all areas of it rather than just tiny little microcosms of it. It's a hard event to cover fully because obviously the gameplay area is massive there and you can't be everywhere at once. But that patch, on paper, that addresses a huge amount of problems that I had with the current live build of the game. And from what players have been saying, it's been relatively well received. I'll be playing it throughout September, and you can expect some content on artifact hunting, missions around reclaimers and colonial outposts, the Siege of Orison, Jump Down, Ninetales Lockdown, whenever we can play them, whenever they're sort of like running as dynamic events, and just general mission and feature running, just to see how the gameplay loops for mining and refining, for various combat missions, for medical sort of emergency gameplay, and for cargo running all play out at the moment. How accessible are they? Are they working? That sort of jazz. We know there's still some known issues with targeting, NPC spawns, etc., but hopefully these are much more edge cases now, and most of the egregious problems have been largely fixed. We'll have a state of the game up at some point in September looking at this patch. The Ship Showdown, that's running throughout September, with the winner being crowned on the 15th. We have a FreeFly event during September as well, as part of the Ship Showdown, focusing on those popular ships, the top 8 being in that FreeFly, which runs from the 8th of September to the 15th of September. You can probably expect a ship sale with those 16 Ship Showdown ships and vehicles, as well as some other bits and bobs during that time as well, almost certainly. And could we see some cool free referral things and bonuses at the same time? Almost certainly. It looks like the Redeemer has beaten the Gladius in the first day of the Ship Showdown, and we have the Scorpius versus the Vanguard Warden next. Your vote matters. The top 4 ships will receive in-game trappings exclusive to them and their pilots, revealed later this year, typically at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo in November. Cloud Imperium have also said, we've set up the event this year to prevent new accounts from voting to avoid votes being exploited. More specifically, any account created during the Ship Showdown will not be eligible to vote. This and a few other back-end changes should quell any concerns related to disingenuous outcomes. There are also preventative measures in place for bot and spam accounts that were previously created, it seems. Oddly, there was a very brief free Grey Cat PTV Showdown edition sort of thing that appeared in the store. Now, I think that might have just been a paint that Cloud Imperium promised us, maybe, but Cloud Imperium said that this was unintentional as a publish and has been removed. Sneaky PTV. Maybe there is a way of getting a free PTV during that FreeFly. We'll have to wait and see. So we'll be covering all of that and more. Next week, we've got the monthly reports for Squadron and for the Persistent Universe. Obviously, we've got Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live every month, and the newsletter. We'll be covering all of that. What am I going to be shilling for this month? Well, obviously NordVPN. Our silly outros seem to have gotten a lot of praise from people. They quite enjoy them. I'm also going to be starting to more readily promote Tobii Eye Tracker 5 because natively integrated eye tracking in Star Citizen is awesome. There are links below my videos so you can get the discounts. Use the code BoredGamer. I like sort of shilling for things that are functional or useful or that I use. Me and Zin recently went to iSeries with some of our friends. It was good to see people. Zin now has land flu, as we call it, so she's feeling rough. I broke my diet, but I'm back on keto again. I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I'm pretty chill. A little bit tired, but much better than I have for a long time. We've been playing a load of Lost Ark, and I've been playing tons and tons of Cult of the Lamb, which I think is really good fun, but I'm looking to play some more co-op survival games and stuff with some of my mates again in the near future. We sort of played through Raft last month. Boom! That's it for our Star Citizen September plans and update, but I am interested to know what you think. Will Cloud Imperium get 3.18 in Eva Cardi's hands by the end of the month? What do you expect to see at CitizenCon this year? Who do you think is going to win the Ship Showdown? Have you tried the latest 3.17.2 patch? What do you think? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.